Hello there, everybody. This is Draven Taylor, and I'm going to be kickstarting the videos again on my alternate channel. I am going to be doing tutorials, and I'm going to be doing some other stuff with other games outside of World of Warships. And I'm going to be giving some little inside notes. Hopefully, they help you guys out. And I thought, well, if I'm going to start this up, I should do a little bit of a background in this. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of an inside perspective of LARP, not what the people in LARP and that, but more of the evolution of LARP from my perspective. If I'm going to do this properly, I'm going to kick it from the beginning, and I did mention this in a previous stream a little bit. I mean, a previous video, but I'm going to go a little bit more into detail. Well, somewhat. I joined World of Warships back in December 26th of 2015. Before that, I had a bunch of tragedies, personal tragedies that happened. And I was watching the Mighty Jingles, Philly Daly, and a couple other people playing World of Warships over the span of about a year. These tragedies, my mom, who's been one of my best friends, I used to talk to her all the time, her, my son, my stepdad, and then I had a few friends outside of the family. She had a massive, massive stroke. The hospital said that the stroke that she had, she should have died from. And they've never seen anybody actually have a stroke of that magnitude and actually survive it. She survived it. She's paralyzed on one side, and she's got what's called speech and writing aphasia, which means that she thinks that she's saying what she thinks, but what's coming out is just phrases. And she doesn't realize that she's saying phrases. So we can communicate to a minor extent because I know her well enough based on the mannerisms and her voice inflections, stuff like that. But we can't really have conversations anymore. They're monologue. They're not dialogue. Kind of like me talking to you guys, except for you guys can comment at the bottom and you guys could put in your opinions, your statements, everything else. And she can't do that. Right after that, my business, which is a family business, is using my internet marketing skills, my research skills, and my programming skills, and my hobbies in the music industry to combine all that into one giant gooey nougat and to help out everyone that's in the music world. And through that, I've got a ton of contacts. I got a ton of people I know. One of these people, a very, very special guy named Rick Lasiak, was really big in the Midwest of the U.S. in a handful of genres. He did radio DJing out there. He helped keep a lot of the bands relevant, and he kept some of the genres relevant in that time frame during the 90s and the early 2000s. Back in, it was probably about 2003, he got diagnosed with a rare form of brain cancer that's right on the pain receptors. Now, brain cancer is bad, but what he has is what's known as a suicide cancer because you can't take any type of painkillers because it's on the pain receptor. So on a good day, it's like he's giving birth, that level of pain that he's enduring on a regular basis. On the bad days, he would have usually 1 or 2 times a month, they would send him to the ER and put him into a chemically induced coma because the pain was so bad that he could get a stroke or a heart attack from it. He was my mentor. He took the time and, through the pain, and through dealing with his personal things to extend it forward and to help me out with getting in touch with really good people in the music industry and to be kind of like a life coach. He kind of gave me some really invaluable advice. And when this happened with my mom with the stroke, it really shook my foundations, and Rick was my guiding force in this. When everything was coming to a head with my mom and everything was kind of hitting a level of peace, Rick passed away. He went into the hospital. I talked to him on Thursday. Friday, he went in the hospital and he passed away the day before I was going to get a hold of him. And one of my friends, one of our mutual friends, let me know. And, and I'm in touch with his sister and his dad. And, and I try to stay in their lives. I pay tribute to Rick. And that's kind of why I mention him here. Rick has been one of the big guiding forces in my life. And forever, he will be my friend. Forever, he will be one of my mentors in life. And I have a debt to him that will never be paid except for paying it forward with what he did for me as a person. To the third strike in this, though, was a few months later, my stepdad had a silent heart attack. And it was too many things, too short of a time frame, and I needed an outlet. Music's a passion of mine. Gaming's a huge passion of mine as well, and I really haven't been playing games for quite a while, and I figured, I was debating if I was to get in one, whether it was going to be World of Tanks with my son, or if I was going to do World of Warships. And I guess Jingles is just too good of a salesperson. I jumped into World of Warships, and I started playing this. I sucked. I will freely admit it. I met a bunch of people in when they did the team battles, and I learned an important lesson at this point. One of the guys was really controlling. He wanted to get himself further ahead at the expense of everyone else. Me, I like to help people, and I got taken advantage of there. And it happens. The other two guys went their merry way, and out of the group that we had, I kept in touch with them. They eventually joined into a clan when the clan started, and I jumped in with them. So did my stepdad. At that point, he was playing World of Warships, and it was the management. They were trying to keep this really structured and forward progression. Everybody else, they just wanted to have fun. And one of the most charismatic guys I know, is also one of the most critical guys I know. And he gets really negative with the game. And he figured, well, they're going to boot me out of here. So he left. A bunch of us left with him because we wanted to play with people we enjoyed playing with. And we formed a clan called CID, Citadels, Infidels, and Deplorables. Eventually, Mr. Charisma got so fed up with the game. This would have been about 0.5.5, if I remember correctly, or maybe 0.3. It was when they did the big change to the cruisers, and they started doing a little bit of a different approach with the battleships. It's where the cruisers started getting insta-vaped. He got really pissed off. He left the game for a while, and he left the clan. And he started going into other games, and eventually I was trying to point out to them some of the ideas I had, because a couple of the guys had disability where they could get further ahead in the using like YouTube, Twitch, stuff like this. And I figured, well, if they provide the content, I'll do the marketing for them. And since I'm only hitting one facet of this, it's actually more than one person doing the work. They're doing the content, I'm doing the marketing. It works out and it makes them money, and everyone's happy. They figured it was too much work, so they left. Well, they didn't leave. They, we're not going to do this. And I figured, why am I helping them when I'm not helping myself? So yes, the original motivation for doing the stream was, well, I can make some side revenue. Then, and I really didn't care at the fact that if you watch my really early streams, I was really self-conscious. I was really nervous. I was really stupid in the stream. And, as I got comfortable with it, what I noticed with this is people started watching the stream. Occasionally one here, one there, and then it became 2, then 3, and then I started getting, more of a community showing up. What I didn't realize in this was that 2 of the people in the clan had an issue with the stream. One was going for disability. He was terrified that the government would somehow find the stream and use it against him. Outside of that, they both decided that they didn't want to have that they didn't want. They felt too restricted by the stream. Well, we can't talk about personal things, because people might actually have an interest and track us down and start stalking them. And I tried explaining to them, the level of this size of community, you have nothing to worry about. I've DJ'd in festivals, raves, FM radio, dance clubs, and internet radio. I have stalkers. It's fine. There's multiple ways to deal with them. And I told them, if you guys want it with stalkers, I can help you work through it. It's not that big of a deal. They're not scary people. They're just, well, some of them can be, but most of them, they're just really enthusiastic people that really want to get enmeshed in your life. I told them, these are people that you can evolve into friends, real good friends, if they're really good people. And, they didn't want anything with that. And so they put the screws on me that either get rid of the stream, or, we need to do something different with this clan. And I didn't know this at the time. They started forming a side clan. And they were recruiting people there, and they were doing that. It was, in my opinion, it was a contingency. Well, we're going to do this in case this implodes. So I came up with an agreement with them that I thought everyone agreed with, and they were happy with it. And less than a day later, this agreement was forgotten about. And long story short, which it's already a long story, we were just before. This was probably about a month before Clan Wars, the first season, and I bowed out very gracefully. I told them I'm not going to jeopardize the the pleasure and the enjoyment and the friendships that I have with everybody in both clans. So I'm going to bow out, take everyone from CID and move it into your clan. And then that way, at least you guys can do Clan Wars, and I'll find my own place in the universe. Whether if I'm in a different clan or if I do the solo, that doesn't matter. What ended up happening with this is that my stepdad and 4 other people left CID and they followed me, which I did not expect. I was, and for this, these guys are my best friends on the face planet. I am eternally grateful to them, just like I am with Rick. Doing that type of sacrifice when it was a surefire to go into clan wars and to be able to play with other friends, they left with me. And I found that insanely humbling. And what happened with this is that we jumped into 2 other clans. And during this time frame, I got to know a lot of people in different clans, like OPG, Rust, STW, Spear, Cute. There's a big family of clans in this that I got to know people in. And I will say that the people that I know in these clans, really, really amazing people. And I try to keep in touch with them either through Discord or through the game or through email, Facebook, stuff like that. Really, really cool people. We got offered a lot of opportunities. We were debating between Rust, SCW, and Spear. We went to one of them. I don't want to slam any of the clans. I'll just leave it at that it was one of those 3. One of our guys went to one of the clans. The 3 of us went to one of the other clans, and the one that was in that one, which was SF, left and went with us. And what we discovered in this was the model that they had for the game didn't suit us. And what I mean by that was they had a very, very rigid dictatorship. They didn't want us playing together. And they wanted us in different roles in their clan, and they wanted us to obey orders without explaining why the orders were the way they were. And it created a lot of strife, and it created a lot of stress. And we have 2 people here, like my stepdad. My stepdad's in his late 70s. He's playing this, at the level that he plays. I'm in awe for his age and the fact that, he's not engrossed in going through the forum and trying to learn everything he can. He tries the best of his ability. He takes advice from me and from other people and aspires to be a better player. When I know a lot of people at his age are, well, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's learning and he's getting a lot better, and I have nothing but respect for him in that respect, and and I have nothing but love for what he's trying to do. What happened in this though is when he was getting pressured, as well as one of the other people, in our little group, by this clan, and I was streaming all this, and which I guess if you dig back in the streams, you could figure out which clan it was. But Caracal popped up. He had a clan called LARP. There was only, they had a decent number of people that played a whole bunch of different games, and they were actually literally part of their own community, down in the southeastern part of the U.S. But 3 of them played World of Warships, and they were really laid back. They're really cool, really morbid sense of humors, and they're just awesome, awesome people. Him, Bach, and Book. I bow down. I call you guys awesome. You guys are the coolest people I know outside of the ones that left CID with me. And we got on TeamSpeak. We talked with Dave, Caracal, and I keep on calling him by his given name. I'm sorry, Caracal, or Dave. It doesn't matter. I'm Draven. I use my name. But anyways, what happened in this is that it was a really, really good environment. We had a lot of fun, and he encouraged the stream. And I'll give you an example of that in a little bit. But we started this as a clan of basically 7 people, technically 8, as there was also travesty popping up every once in a while. And as this progressed, people brought in other people. Like Oris was brought in he's part of Boogbach and Caracal's ragtag group of friends. But what ended up happening with this is, as the stream kept on developing more and more and more and more, people started talking. They wanted to div up with us. And we don't like just divving up with people. We drag them into TeamSpeak. We start chatting with them. Next we know, they join the clan. And we got more people joining the clan. We get more people joining the clan. And next thing we know, we're up to 30. We're up to 30 people, and then Clan Wars is. And, I was probably the only person... I was probably one of the rare few that had a legitimate tier 10. Everybody else was using rentals. My first ship, my true love in the game, is the Moskva. It's one of my 2 favorite ships since way back in the day. The Moskva, the Kutuzov, and the Kamikaze. And I was playing the Moskva, and I don't play it like normal people. I have a couple different approaches with it, which I will do tutorials on. And these guys were learning from me. And one of the things I challenge them with this is, is, you know, we need to get people up to tier 10. We need to make this a learning experience. Well, I popped a question because it kind of hit ahead. People, we have very, very competitive people, such as me, that want to get wins. No matter what, we want to get wins. But on the same basis, when you develop something that's not a dictatorship, but more as a family, it's got to grow organically. You got to have synergy. You got to have trust. You got to have respect for each other. You got to have love for each other. And I know you shouldn't be talking about love amongst men. Screw it. You know, we love each other. You know, we're family. You love your family, we love each other, you know. So that's kind of where this approach came from. And this clan keeps on growing and growing and growing, but the irony in this is about 90% of the people that are in the clan came from the streams, from Twitch and from YouTube. Now what's really, really humbling to me with this is I got kicked out of a clan base. Well, I left the clan, but basically I got kicked out. I was given an ultimatum because of the stream. The stream was a bad thing, you know. People are going to find out stuff about us. Now we jump forward, you know, almost a year later, and this whole clan is based on the stream. And I'll give you the example I was going to talk about. People were getting upset in Clan 1. Well, people are watching the stream. They're stream sniping. So I put a delay on the stream. Well, they weren't happy with that, so I started covering the minimap. They still weren't happy. And I went and I said, okay, fine, I'll get rid of the stream. Carrick out, you know, during Clan Wars. I won't stream during that point, or I won't play in Clan Wars. And Dave came forward and he said, the stream's got to stay and you're going to be playing Clan Wars. And, you know, he showed a conviction there, and people grudgingly agreed with him. What they realized in this is, the part of the reason why I did the delay wasn't because of Clan Wars, but because I was getting people that were sync dropping with me and trying to take me out. And I have no problems with that. 1, 2 people, that's cool. But when you get like 10 people sync dropping, trying to annihilate you, doesn't matter how good you are, your butt's grass. And so I did the delay to make it more of a challenge. And I still get the occasional one that will sync drop. Most of them don't try to start crap like that, though. You know, it's if they do, it's more in a playful. It's not like I killed a YouTuber. No, it's like, you know, hey, this guy's cool. Let's brawl it out. And I'm totally awesome with that. I've had a couple clans that have tried to make me a focal point. I'm assuming it's either one, somebody in the clan ruffled their feathers, or B, they just want to kill the YouTube guy, or they just consider me a threat. I don't know. You know, and the irony with it is that some of these two clans, I've got friends in both clans, so it's cool. To me, it's all fun. But with LARP, LARP's very symbolic in a lot of respects, and people keep on asking me, what does LARP stand for? Okay, when it started, I do know this. LARP is live action roleplay. LARP, the little tag they have is the nerd herd, because they're all, regardless of what their passions are outside of LARP, you know, outside of the role-playing games that they do. You know, some guys do athletic sports. Some of them are actually civil servants. You know, they're very, very diverse in what they do. And on that standpoint, you know, the fact that they get together, they play like D&D or BattleTech or something else, Cthulhu, you know, it fits perfectly with LARP. But now we're going to go to this with the more deeper meaning of LARP, at least to me. What does LARP mean? To me, LARP is my family. And LARP is not a clan. It is technically, but it's not a clan to me. It's a clan in terms of TeamSpeak. It's a clan in terms of the game. But I've got 2 other issues with this, 3 other issues with this that don't fit into World of Warships. They're not issues. They're things that stand against LARP per se. One of the people that left with me from CID didn't really like Warships that much. He was very, very frustrated with it. His passion in wargaming was actually warplanes. I had seen stuff that Jingles did when they came out with version 2. I was kind of curious about version 2, but I really didn't have a burning desire. And so I'm going to name him Billy. Billy went. He encouraged me to get into World of Warplanes, and they were giving all these premium planes. So I started getting the premium planes. I tried playing it without Billy, and I got my butt handed to me. I mean, I got really, really butt stomped. And it's like I started looking around online, and there's not a lot of documentation, and there's not a lot of people that actually stream World of Warplanes. They don't explain it. Those that actually do stream it, it's, oh, this is so much fun. Oh, this is great, and that. And it's like, well, this kind of sucks. I can't learn how to play the game. It looks fun, but I don't understand it. And so Billy and I talked about this, and Billy started throwing me in the training rooms, and he started teaching me. And, we jumped forward in this. Billy's got some personal issues, not him personally, but his family. And so he hasn't been on. And I still play World of Warplanes on occasion. Some of you guys think I'm good at it. I'm grateful for the compliments, but my perception, I'm not up to par with a lot of the really, really good players that they have on there. But I'm aspiring to be. I'm still learning it. I'm learning a lot of the mechanics behind it. But my major thing with this is I went in that direction because of a friend that left a clan and stuck with me and showed true friendship when we didn't have a clue where we were going. If we were going to start a clan, join a clan, whatever. We didn't know where we were going. And so in that respect, I will eternally be grateful to Billy and to Smokin' Jack and to One Free Spirit and to Archangel Trounce. You guys stuck with me at the worst times, and that's really where you show true friendship. One of the things with this, and the reason why I'm bringing all this up, today it's May 21st, 2018. Last night's live stream, because I stream every single night, I do Warships, and then usually late at night I will do like Subnautica, or I'll do World of Warplanes, or MechWarrior Online, or I'll do some other game. I went and I was, because I've been trying to become a community contributor. My goal in this is I help out, I've been helping out people, doesn't matter if they're 13 years old or 80 years old. I'll div up with them and I try to help them out in the game. I don't care if they join LARP or if they don't. I just want to pay it forward for all the people that have been paying it forward to me. I want to be a positive influence in this. And that's what LARP stands for. And that's kind of where last night we get pretty raunchy in the stream. I mean, we do, and so I've got a room now that I made in TeamSpeak that's called the Stream Room PG-13, which I'm not going to tell people, you can't swear, you can't do this. Some people are going to let words slip. It's going to happen. It happens with other people. But I'm trying to be a standard bearer in here, and this is the reason why it was brought up in chat on YouTube. Community contributors, and see, bear in mind, this is really the second type of game like this I've ever played. I played MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries way back in the day, and I got involved with one of the clans tied to Microsoft. And I did that for a while until certain issues happened, and I became a single parent. My son was 3 months old, and I focused on him instead of anything else, and I gave up on MechWarrior and gaming and everything else if it wasn't conducive to him. He's the center of my universe. He's my sanity. He's the one that keeps me on the straight and narrow, because I may be his mentor and teacher, but he's also my mentor and teacher. And he asks me questions, and we learn things in life. One of the things I didn't realize in this, though, is we're sitting here, we're carefree, we're talking worse than sailors in LARP. Every single night. One of the guys in there was talking about, my gameplay's awesome, but the language is kind of questionable, because we get into some really, really racy, not racist, but racy topics. And so it was brought up, and it's like, these guys, want the community contributors to be the standard bearers. I thought about that. It's like, I've been helping out a bunch of new people in the game. I'll div up with people that are in the chats occasionally. Right now, my big thing's been grinding ships and trying to knock out the missions and trying to help out through other areas. But I am indirectly being a standard bearer there. And it's like, well, if the actions speak one way, so should the words. So that's where I've been talking to people in the clan, and we're toning it down. If you're in that room, it's PG-13 all the way. Occasional slips like, damn it, because you got detonated or something. I don't care what the community contributorship says. I'm letting that slide. But we're not going to be talking about politics, religion, stuff like that. We're still going to be morbid, but we're going to do it more in a roundabout way. And one of the things with this is that there's a lot of ways you can get morbid and not be offensive and not be foul. And it's more of the fact that I want this to be fun, but on the same basis. We're the standard bearers, whether if we like it or not. And not just me, not just the people in LARP, everybody that's in the stream, everybody that's part of this community. In the stream, I can't tell you guys don't say this or do say this. My standpoint with this, we all have, if you're in the US, you got the First Amendment. If you're in other countries, you have similar related laws that give you the ability to speak your mind. The only thing that I ask in there, if you guys want to get demented in that, I'm totally cool with that. I can roll with the worst. I might get involved with it in the chat a little bit, but nothing racist, nothing politics, nothing religion, nothing discriminating a group or people. I'm going to try taking the approach I do in my business. My business, the approach I have with the bands in there, I don't care if they do something that's illegal or unethical. I will provide the truth in there, but I do it either in a neutral or in a positive standpoint. I am absolutely against mudslinging. And so in this standpoint, I'm going to raise this standard to the same as I have with Music Eternal. I'm going to aspire to make this into the best environment. What I hope with this is that we could be the best in wargaming that there is. Not because I want to be the quote cock of the walk in this, but because of the fact that if we can actually show you can have fun, you can have a blast, you can have a ton of people that watch you, but not just watch you, they interact and they're part of your family. And we can actually make that a standard bearer in the community and hopefully encourage people to help the newbies that are coming in. Don't call them noobs and belittle them in that. Yes, they're noobs. I'm a noob in World of Warplanes, okay? I don't have people belittle me in there. And, you know, I've played one game that's got the most amazing community. I've seen very, very few people in there that are negative. And I would love to see that in World of Warships, World of Tanks, and World of Warplanes, and the other games that I play. And, you know, yeah, you're going to run into people that butt heads. But on the same basis, and, you know, on the stream, I've ran into maybe 4 people that it doesn't, well, let's say more than 4 people, that it doesn't matter what I say, they're butt heads. But on the same basis with this, you know, I don't want to alienate them. I don't want them to feel like they're not welcome. But it's in terms of LARP, I leave that to certain people in LARP to designate, you know, the banhammer here, or, you know, we're not going to let these people in the clan. That's fine. Some people want me in that role. I play it passively. I will talk to them. But my purpose in this is, you know, you could be the most foul-mouthed person on my YouTube stream. You could be the rudest people on the person on the face of the planet. I don't care. If you want to play the game and you're open to actually getting some help, and you know, in terms of the game, and you want to aspire to be a better player, I will help you. And so, whether it's good or bad, you know, that's where my opinion with this is. You know, there shouldn't be any type of discrimination of you being the best, you being the worst. And, you know, let's just help each other. Let's have fun. Let's make this into a family. Let's make the forum, let's make wargaming, all the games, just one big family. And wargaming's making the home that we live in. And that's my hope and aspiration with this. That's what LARP means to me, because I can't do it for wargaming, but I can do it for our clan. I can do it for my streams. They set criteria in this, and I don't consider it as, oh man, I'm being restricted. I consider it a challenge. Not a challenge of, well, I need to try to behave myself. I can behave myself, but the thing is, though, is I could still make it interesting, make it fun, keep you guys on your toes, do unexpected things, and still keep it in a fun environment. So, with that, I pose this challenge to you guys as well. I would also say, in the description below, you'll find the link to my Twitch and also to my other channel where I do the live streams. I would ask you, if you can, be sure to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, be sure to be one of my followers. I would say subscribe, but that's like paying money, and I don't want you guys paying money. I would rather just get it monetized and just make money that way if I make some side money. But I'm not here to milk you guys out of funds. I'm here to try to be a positive influence and to show the better aspects of the game and to aspire to be a better player and a better person. And above all else, not just having you guys watch this, but have you guys become my friends. Become my friends and become part of our family. So, in that respect, LARP is a clan, it's a community, and it's a family. If you're watching this video, unofficially, you are part of LARP. And if you comment and chat and you get to know me, then, you know, you're part of our family. We have people in the clan because they came from the stream. They still pop up on the stream. If you checked the chat last night, we had 4 people from this clan that were in the chat throughout the night. Now and also on Twitch, I had one person in there that was from the clan. And so when you're hopping in there, you're going to talk to some people in there, and you may not realize it, but you're talking to people that are in the LARP clan. And the reason why you're doing that is because that's where they came from. And, you know, that's, to be honest, you know, if we expand, if we don't expand, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, if you guys play the game, if you're not in LARP, it doesn't matter. If you want to play and you want to div up, pop me a message. If I'm grinding stuff, I won't be able to, but I'm going to extend this olive branch. One is with a community contributor. One's just a personal standard for me. I've got 15 of the 19 ships at tier 10, and I mentioned this in the stream. Once I knock out the last 2, which are destroyers, I'm going to be putting a heavy emphasis on buying all the ships that I have from tier 1 through 9 that I had to sell to get up to 10. And if you guys need help with a ship like the Fuso, I'll div up with you in a Fuso at that point, and we can play together. And maybe you can learn by watching me, or maybe I can learn from watching you. But my goal with this is, if you guys need help, I'm here for you, because you guys took the time to watch my stream. The least I could do is to pay it forward. With the community contributor standpoint, they do give freebies. If they give freebies in this, I will be doing challenges or contests in the stream. The challenges, I would probably, because if you listen, Dave and I were talking about Scaricap, and I got a bunch of ideas from that, and I'm not going to do it like other people. Well, if you give a comment to my comments on my video, I'll give it to the top 5. No, I don't want it to be just a rush and grab. I want it to be something fun and challenging, but, and this is a big but, I want to be able to make it where the people that are newer to the game, that are really trying to get their feet on, that they get at least some of the rewards. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. So if I get like a 15-year-old kid that's only been playing this for a month, and he's struggling, I want to pay it forward to what Wargaming did to me with World of Warplanes. They gave all these premium planes, and Billy helped me find a lot of them. They were free. I played them. I played some of them last night, like the Venom. Was it the M20? The Spitfire 1A. They have a lot of really, really good ones that they gave away. Now I can't. If I have, once my business is fully off the ground, I'm probably going to be pumping money into prizes with this. And at that point, if the Wargaming has an issue with that, then we can come to a compromise. But my biggest thing with this is, if you guys are taking the time to watch the stream and you're being entertained with this, if you play the game, I want to be able to do everything I can to help you guys out, because a lot of you guys helped me out, because otherwise there wouldn't be a clan. So that's my 2 cents on this. That's my tidbits. Hopefully you guys like it, and hopefully you'll like and subscribe the video. I'm sorry that there's no whiz-bang graphics on here. I just figured that because this is about LARP, it's kind of fitting to put an image of LARP. I did build a website for it. This is one of the images we have. We have one or two. This is one I made. We have another one that's tied to the videos, and that's actually one that Hangman, which he hops up in chat every once in a while in the streams. He's a member of our clan, and he made that one. And I want to pay tribute to him, so I use his everywhere. Mine, I pop it up every once in a while, because this one's meant to be a little tiny icon. His, to me, it's a banner. If I can make his into a flag, I would, because it looks awesome. So now that I've been paying tribute to everyone and I've been kissing everyone's butt, I'm going to shut up, and I hope that you guys will continue playing the games that Wargaming has. If you don't have fun with those, find a game that you have fun with. The biggest thing with this is it's supposed to be a pleasurable experience. And, if somebody's... This is the last tidbit I'll say. And I am going to probably do a video down the road talking about kind of the etiquette in the game. I get frustrated with some people, and I lose sight of the fact that they do stupid things, or what I view to be stupid things. Like being 5 kilometers away and going broadside to a battleship when you're in a cruiser. You're not going to survive. Or 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers. If they see you and you're broadside, you're, as Jingles would say, that's a paddling. But one of the things I see in stream, I mean, not in stream, but in chat in the game, they swear at the people, they belittle the people, they make them feel like crap. Now, there are some people out there that I know they troll. They do stuff just to make the experience bad, or to make people feel bad, and they get their rocks off on that. What I ask of the people that watch my stream, people that are in LARP, people that I know, rather than sitting here and kicking these people down, point out what mistakes they did and try to be a positive influence. Because I would guarantee you, at tier 10, I have a really hard time, justifying it, but tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, most of these people, if they're screwing up horribly like that, odds are in favor. They just don't know how to play the game. And most times with that, it's just they don't have the experience. Again, pay it forward. And so pay it forward and just add them to our family and our community. And that's what LARP means to me, and I figure that's a good way to break the ice and actually kind of get this channel kick-started. And hopefully you guys, if you made it to this point, I bow down, I call you guys cool, and I say thank you. And I hope I catch you guys in World of Warships, World of Warplanes, or one of the other games. I hope we have fun, and I hope that we can be friends. Take care, everyone, and stay tuned. I'll have another video up in the very, very near future.